Hello, welcome to the full release of Rising. I have to say, this is one of the best games ever made from all points of view. I mean, there's nothing you can really say about the game that is bad or at least controversial. Compared to other games, this is kind of like the best thing you can get. Now, there are a few problems here and there, but mostly the game is almost perfect. And they also improved a lot on the game on the 1.0 release. So we have a new zone, Mortium, or Mortium, depends on how you pronounce it. And we have Dracula, new bosses and new enemies, dynamic events, which will be very interesting to see. I think there are events like carriage carrying goods or something like that, and some other stuff. Choosing your difficulty, we have a few difficulties right now, which will make the game a lot more interesting. World improvements, meaning they moved things here and there, new weapons and magic, and some other stuff. Other stuff that will be very important. Now, they just mentioned what they changed, and they have a new major engine update to Unity. And let's go into it. Dive into the heart of Vardoran in the Dunley farmland and unearth the legend of Dracula's demise, where the Vampire King was defeated by the Church of Luminance. New biome, Ruins of Mortium. After forgotten centuries, the slumbering peace of this domain, eternal night is punctured by the marching of Dracula's legion. So I guess we'll be fighting a lot of stronger enemies and a lot more interesting things. New locations, we have Dracula's castle, of course, and the things near it. The Shadow Realm, throne room, that sounds interesting. New location, Vampire Merchant Camp. You can even buy new stuff from the location, Dracula's Legion, the Draculine monstrosities. So it's going to be like the Dracula from Netflix or something like that. Cargo Traveler, this is one of the new events from the humans of Vardoran. And they'll be carrying precious cargo from location to location, updated light, small points of interest. Players can find small, in the moment, scenarios scattered around the land. Bandits with a camp, monster looking for trouble, beasts hunting for prey, and more. Very interesting. And this is the changes they made to Farbane. The changes are pretty good if you played a lot in the beginning of the game. I used to play a lot of the early game just because I like it. I don't know, I liked it a lot more than the late game, where you basically had, let's just say, easier challenges just because you are much stronger and had a lot more gear. Have a new location for the Farbane Waygate. Bandit Copper Quarries. Two locations where the player can find copper. That was a needed change because everyone was just banging on the same mine and you didn't really get enough copper. Fishing like a new V-Blood boss has been added to Farbane. Finn the Fisherman, okay. Silverlight Hills. Sacred Silver Mine. Oh nice, so as you can see they didn't change over here too much because this area was pretty good. The Dunley farmlands. The roads were pretty good. New location, Dracula's demise. 800 years ago. Militia in combat. Oh, so that's a small location. This is where they expanded on the new location, Hallowed Mountains. And not much over there. Various updates. The Gloom route. Unit density in Pools of Rebirth and Awesome Village has been reduced. Oh, I remember. You had so many enemies you could barely move through there. And this is the thing that most people really look at. Now, in my opinion, this is a very good change, but they shouldn't really mess around too much with the numbers, because some people just prefer the relax, but some people I think they'll prefer the brutal. So we'll be playing on brutal. The episode for the gameplay will be also released today. Or late today, it depends. As you can see, the relaxed difficulty is very interesting because it's going to be basically a walk in the park. You're basically going to be Dracula, and everyone else that is a human will be a butterfly, and you have a huge bat. Anyway, normal, standard settings, brutal, but this is what I'm looking forward to. V-Bloods, meaning the bosses have more abilities and modified combat behaviors, meaning they'll have different combos more or less. V-Bloods have +3 levels. I'm not sure what this means because as you can see they deal 70% more damage and have 25% more health. How does having 3 more levels help them? I guess there are some modifiers, I'm not sure, maybe I forgot, I don't know. Units deal 40% more damage. This is not so bad because most of the enemies will not really kill you, especially after you get a lot of loot. Also, loot drops are increased by 25% and durability loss is reduced by 50%. This is the exact way I want to see difficulty done in every game. So if you play on the harder difficulty, you should get more loot. 25% more loot sounds like it's a good change, and also the bosses are stronger and the normal enemies deal more damage. But at the same time, the normal enemies were not really such a big problem because you had spells and you can avoid them. Great, great one. Castle updates. This is also very big on relocate the castle. Press a button and move your castle. I remember having to move my castle 1 year ago. It was a painful experience because you had to load everything on your character. You went with the horse. I did so many trips with the horse. I think the way I understand this is like in Once Human. In Once Human you can simply move your base with the press of the button. You press Z, let's say, and then you put down the base. So I hope it's like that. They also added advanced refinement station. I think they just work better. Advanced. This is good because at some point you just got very stuck because you didn't have enough resources, because you didn't have enough building to produce stuff, because you didn't, you get the idea. Now I think the game will have a much better flow. New structures and decorations. There's castle doors. Nice castle doors. I always like the castle doors. Wall hanging, mirror shelves, hunting trophy, plaque. Garden, more stuff for the garden as well. We can make so many beautiful castles now. Even before the castle building was such a good aspect of the game, it's probably the best game to build something in right now. Specialized containers, not so important. Coffins, this is also an important change. You gain health when sleeping in your coffin as long as you're not flagged for PvP combat. Great. You can interact with chairs and sofas. Nice. Gem cutting station is now a refinement station, changed from a crafting one. I'm not exactly sure what this means. I guess we just have new stuff. New recipe for obsidian material that is now used to craft siege golems. Gem dust, radium alloy, scorched stone, 1 obsidian. Okay. I never really got into the whole siege golem thingy. I think I'll be playing on solo, or I want to play on solo. I'm just tired of group PvP because if you are going to play on a group PvP game, you're basically going to finish the PvE content in days, and then there's nothing left to do but grieve other players. And, well, this is one of the aspects of the game I'm not really sure they can change, or at least not in this setting. I really want to play an MMO game that is actually fun to play all the time with PvP. So yeah, it seems like the PvP elements are much better now, but at the same time, I don't know, they could have made the PvP in the castle invasions a little better, a little more interesting, so you don't lose everything. Besides, if you're going to play in, let's say, a party-based PvP server, the people there can just destroy your castle with their normal weapons. I don't know, I guess you just have to see how it is right now. New castle structures, Eye of Mortium, Pigeon Summoning Circle. Ah, that sounds interesting. Station. These are all stations. Castle Relocation Heart. Target dummies. Out of recollection. Interesting. Castle Heart upgrades. The Castle Heart usually upgrades with each levels. Floor tiles increase from 50 to 40. Actually very interesting because okay, the castles will be huge if you look at okay, let's move on. Spells, weapons and jewels have been tweaked and tuned. That was also one of the new problem. It was kind of annoying how the weapons worked because some of them were definitely overpowered and some of them were underpowered. If I remember correctly, the axe was overpowered. I don't know, I don't remember exactly. We have a new weapon, the longbow and the whip. I think I want the whip. Ancestral weapons and how to obtain them has been changed. Rare blue ancestral weapons drop at a lower rate from B-Bloods and a higher rate from the incursion events at 57 in the Ruins of Mortium. 8 level 80 plus incursion events in Mortium, the legendary items. So now it's a lot harder to get these items, which is great. And apparently they'll all be obtained from the same location because yeah, that was also a balance problem. So yeah, they fixed most of the balancing problems and it's amazing how much they fixed. Unlocking spells. B-Bloods no longer unlock a specific spell but rather unlocks a spell point for a specific school and tier along. Oh, to make more choices as you progress. So I guess you don't unlock the specific spell, you just unlock points. Okay, that's very good. That's a very good way of doing it. I like it. There's my unlock passive buffs, boosting the power of your vampire further. 18 passives in total with 6 different spell schools. This is good. Again, all of these changes are good from a single player perspective, but if you want to play in a clan, all of these will just, you'll rush through them. Ancestral Forge. Rare weapons may be upgraded up to level 26 with using the Forge. That's great, because in the beginning of the game you didn't have a lot of ways to become stronger except acquire the spells. Very, very good change. I like that one. Magic Sources update. Magic Sources now have fewer attribute bonuses but have an on-hit effect instead. Very good. Armor sets and armor customization. Each sub-tier of armor, tier 4, 6 and 8. That's good. Dracula's Regalia, tier 9 endgame armor set has been added. Okay, I would love to play as Dracula's. Well, I don't know. Maybe at some point they introduce the option via factions. I don't know. I really would like to play as a follower of Dracula, you know. And the other, I guess the other, I don't know. They can still update and upgrade the game in so many ways. Attribute updates, cooldown reduction and superiority, the increased cooldown rate for spells. Anyway, this is more or less an interesting choice because you also have caps. Weapon and spell cooldown rate is capped at 40%. So that would mean 20% cooldown rate. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. Anyway, it's interesting. Damage reduction is kept at 25%. Don't remember because I never really played the endgame that much, but that's going to be a good change as well. Because now it matters how you play. Attribute scaling. Reduce the general physical damage scaling on weapons and increased it on spell damage. That's good because that was one of the things that was missing. The 8-tier weapons now gain less physical power, magic sources more. Since there is a level difference primary in the endgame between weapons and magic sources, this change will... Okay. So basically the weapons were very, very strong in the endgame, but the spells were not that good. So now they balance this out. Nice. Players now receive 15 to 25% more maximum health from armor and PV units, deal 50 to 20% more damage to effectively reduce the kill time in PvP scenario. Okay. Yeah, this will be more important in the endgame. The early game doesn't matter that much in this respective way. Healing of life leech have been boosted on spells and effect that heal based on spell power to ensure that this change does not affect the power of healing spells. Okay, so that means healing a leech has not been buffed in general. I think this is another major change because I think most of the spells, like all of the dashes, will have healing and some other stuff because the healing was very, very good up to the point where no one would choose anything else but the healing. So what they meant to say, I think, from this patch note over here, what we just read, is that more spells have healing effects because the healing effects were too good on their own. So now you can use whatever spell you like because it will have a healing effect. Or anyway, something like that. We'll just have to see how that plays in. Legendary jewels with 4 spell mods. Okay, that's nice. Spider for all. So this is one of my other favorite change. Turn into a spider and borrow to avoid the sun or to surprise your enemy. Yeah, I can see people just turning into a spider and waiting at the entrance of a mine or something. Nice. Spell and ability changes. Horse and Phantom Magicians can no longer cast on mounts or horses. Okay. The jewel effect that turns condemned targets into magic instead of warriors has been removed. I'm not sure. I don't know what these things are. Jewels. Strict and rebalance the jewels. That's nice. Many consume spells could debuff jewels have been able to apply instead a bonus effect without consuming the debuff. Okay. Veils. And this is what I was talking about. Most of the spells will have healing. The veils or the dash or the space button skill will grant 5% maximum healing on the following. Yeah. This change should make all veils more viable as the life leech component from Veil of Blood was unmatched. Exactly. Ultimates. The cooldown of all ultimates has been reduced 120 seconds from 150. Nice. Specific school effect leech. Leech life force from enemies for 5 seconds. Physical attack restore 10%. Okay. Shadow ball damage has been reduced. A slight nerf. Blood Rage increased cooldown. That's good. These two are good changes. Blood Rage healing increased. Movement speed reduced. Nice. Sanguine Coil. Anyway, School. Chaos School. So as you can see, we're just talking about the school changes. Chaos School. Ignite. Okay. Okay, let's just skip over this stuff. Unholy School. because you really have to play with them to understand them, especially with all of these changes. Home school, crossbow. Crossbow has been slightly reworked to reward a more active playstyle. You can combo attacks to gain temporary attack speed. That's interesting. Damage has been reduced. Wow, that's kind of bad. If you played a lot, you'll have noticed that the crossbow was very good in the beginning, but lost a lot of its power later on. So in the beginning you just played with the crossbow. So I guess this is a good change. Rain of bolts can inflict marked. So the rain of bolts you inflict marked and then you deal more damage. So duration was reduced, that's a good thing. And they also inflict marked. You can deal 75% bonus damage and attack speed will increase by 21%. That's a very good change to the crossbow, I like it. Slashers, camouflage reduction reduced, cooldown increased, good, axes. The axes were fixed, yeah. I guess that's a good thing. Snare duration was increased. This is a bad thing. This might be an interesting thing to play. The Reapers are going to be much better at PvP now because of the slow. Death from above cooldown increased. Pistols. Increase cooldown. Longbow. This is the new weapon. Now you have to hold to charge a projectile that does damage. Grants focus. Focus stacks up to 3 times and increases the effectiveness of your other skills. Longbow skills. Oh, they can also pierce enemies. Nice. Multi-shot. Guided arrow. I like this. So the crossbow is going to be less useful, more or less, but it will be able to deal more damage if you play more with it, and the longbow is more like, I don't know, I kind of like how it's made because it really plays into your character development, the longbow especially. Good changes. We really needed something like that. The whip. Combo of melee attacks dealing 55% damage to the first enemy hit. It's also an AoE whip. Aerial whipter. Knockback and snare. Interesting. I guess I'll have to play with the whip. The longbow is probably the best way to play, but I don't know. I think I'll try the whip as well. Yes, I still think some of the weapons will be overpowered just because you'll use them a lot of times, not because they are very good. Horses have more health, good. Taking damage while trying to mount a horse will not interrupt the ability, very good. Dominated horses visually disappear. I forgot what this was. I think when your horse died or something. Yeah, okay. Range units are less likely to run towards the player that stands behind small obstacles. Yeah, this is how you used to fight all of the range units. You just stand behind the rock and wait for the enemy to come to you. Good. They changed this behavior. Improve the AI behaviors, okay. Unit updates. Holy Priest has a max lifetime, good. Wither Vampires. Blood updates. Alpha Wolf changed to Alpha the White Wolf. What? Okay, I guess it's he got an upgrade to his name. Kiri the Frost Archer. And this is good. They deal the arrows deal less damage. Roll the Stonebreaker. New model. Nice. So they updated all the models almost. Foreman is better. Guess on the Armorer. Goes on the Ravager. It's mostly new models. Big Damned General is nerfed. Godia the Freshest Bear. I guess everyone has a better name now. You can see the Bandit King. You can no longer counter or block his charge ability. End of the Shadow Priestess. Yeah, so generally they tweaked all of the bosses, but most of them just got new stuff. They look better. Albert the Duke of Balaton. The Duke of Balaton changed to Albert. I guess he has a name now. Good, everyone has a name now. Ben the Old Wanderer. Terror Crowd Ogre. No Sticks the Night Champion, interesting. Okay, let's see the new V-Blood units. In the Fisherman, General Elena the Hollow, General Cassius the Betrayer, General Valencia the Depraved, Simon Belmont the Vampire Hunter. I wonder where the name comes from. Yes, it's from Castlevania. Yeah, he's a very famous character and appeared in many games. Simon Belmont. I think he'll be very hard to kill, judging by the name. His name is strong as well. Interesting that you have kind of like real, well, not real fictional characters from other vampire or vampire-based games or franchises. Dracula the Immortal King, of course. Well, if he's immortal, why is he dead? I guess we'll find out. New units. We have some new units. A Giant Crow, Farbane, Prince of Morchum, Giant Bat, Gargoyle, Nightmare. That sounds interesting. Slaughter Beast and Reaper Beast. Why is it Slaughter Beast and Reaper Beast? Blood. 100 blood now grants a 25% effect bonus reduced from 30%. Yeah, I guess the change was coming and was needed because 100% blood was a bit too good. Now when you die, you only lose 10% of your blood pool and not your entire blood pool. I don't like this change. I think you should lose all of your blood when you die. That was the whole point of having blood bags and others. I don't know. Seems like this is a nerf to the game because, well, I guess they wanted to make the blood more meaningful because most people ate rats or something like that. Reviving an ally no longer consumes blood again. This is why I think I've not liked the multiplayer or the duo or the clan-based gameplay, just because they made things too easy to play as a team. Blood tracking, okay. Blood types, new blood type Dracula. Movement speed during the night. Increase damage, okay. Additional bite, charge, and restore 5% of your maximum. Using an enemy, killing an enemy using bite. That's nice, I like this one. So it's more healing and more vampire-like. Blood, warrior blood. Also, we have less damage reduction from the creature blood, warrior blood. Reduced bonus, okay. Parry chance was reduced. Okay, these are good changes. Rogue blood. Also, we are coming to the UI updates, which are also very good. Also, this is the new spellbook. As you can see, we have the blood magic. Some of the other stuff, the wheel. Spirits of Gloom, okay. Add main menu, map. Improve visual. The map is better to see and to look at and to read. Interesting. I like that one as well. Deathlog. The source of your defeat. Progression and material changes. So the players gain more basic materials such as stone and wood, and when harvesting, reducing the amount of early game grenier. You needed so much wood, you never got enough wood. Ingrain Clarion and Goshum into pollen, that's nice. Consumables. They have rebalanced the consumables. Most of the consumables have the duration of their effect increased to 60 minutes. That's huge because nobody really used the consumables, they're not that good. Reduce effect, okay, that's good. Vampiric Brew. Increase spell leech by 10% and blood type efficiency by 5%. That's very good. Soul shards. I don't like the soul shard thingy. They're just items that are very strong, and the player who owned them was strong. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't play much of the end game. And that's most of the challenges, most of the big things. Oh, something related to fishing, water and potions. Players no longer need to fill bottles with water and sludge. And drinking a potion no longer consumes the bottle. Yeah, that's a very good change as well. I remember making so many bottles and so many other stuff. Fishing, canceling fishing to early no longer responds to fish, okay. There's now a higher chance of actually getting fish when fishing. That's amazing. How could they do that? Who would... Yeah, fishing was very boring and you actually had a low chance of getting fish, and it was kind of a tedious task to do. And we can feed the prisoners with more types of fishes. That's nice. Servants. Servant hunts. I guess that was needed because of the new area. Music, voices, server settings. Okay, so it's easier to make the servers. And that's about it. Yeah, a lot of great changes. I will enjoy playing this game a lot. I don't think I'll have enough time. Now, one of the changes that is, or the things that is not mentioned here, is the wipe progression. How often are the servers wiped? I think the brutal servers will be wiped every 6 months. The normal PvP servers will be wiped every 3 months or something like that. And there will be another type of servers or PvP servers that will be wiped every month or something like that. I don't know. But I want to play on brutal servers that wipe every 6 months or something like that, because it's going to be very tedious to just lose your progress over and over again. And I don't want to play on a PvE server because the PvE servers are so boring. Anyway, see you in the game. Bye bye.